The bodies of 27 men believed to be migrants from Ethiopia have been found in Zambia. According to the country's police authorities, they were dumped in a farming area on the outskirts of the capital Lusaka after they died from suspected hunger and exhaustion. It's being reported that one person survived and was rushed to hospital in Lusaka for treatment, whilst the dead were transported to a local mortuary for identification and postmortems to determine the exact cause of death. Preliminary investigations reportedly showed the victims were all male, aged between 20 and 38. Ethiopian migrants often use Zambia when they're travelling to countries such as South Africa, and through reports of death, the reports of deaths in transit are rare. Well, for an update on this story, we're now joined by journalist Arthur Sikopo in Zambia. Arthur, thanks very much indeed for joining us. This must be a shocking story for Zambia.
Yes, Peter, thank you for having me. Indeed, it is quite a shocking story for Zambia and quite a saddening situation that obtained in the early hours of today when the bodies were discovered. This is something which is very new in terms of deaths being recorded like that, and just how the bodies and of course the one survivor were found. They were found dumped on top of each other, and it was quite a sorry sight. We saw pictures emerging early in the morning via social media, and voice notes going on via social media, and some people could not believe, but later on, after seeing videos and police confirmed, it was quite saddening for the country. And one person, just like you have said, has been found to be still breathing and still alive. So he was rushed to the nearest hospital by some people that just came in to just help out. But the rest of the 27 have been confirmed to have died, and the police took them to the University Teaching Hospital, the main mortuary, one of the biggest mortuaries in the country, where identification and of course postmortem will be done from. So it is quite a saddening situation seeing such happening in a country, especially after there have been several warnings from authorities in terms of usually we see. We have been witnessing, these migrants, being transported in very dangerous conditions. Some of them, are just being moved in trucks, which compartments have been created. Maybe about a meter high compartment has been created, and that is where these people would sit, and they would sit there for hours, if not, of course, days. They sit there for hours, and usually maybe just for them to maybe just refresh and maybe answer the call of nature. At some point, as they are being driven, the driver would obviously maybe go maybe in the bush and secure, them for them not to be identified. So it is quite a saddening situation that has obtained, of course.
All right. What else do we know about when they got into the country? Were they in transit? Are any details starting to emerge?
For now, Peter, what is known is just that some of them Ethiopian nationals, according to some of the identification documents which they have been found with. We do not know when they entered the country, and we do not know where they were going, whether they were just coming to Zambia, most probably Lusaka, or probably they were proceeding to other countries in the southern region. We have had situations where these people would come into the country using different parts of the loose borders on the northern side of the country. They enter through the country and proceed getting down to Lusaka. Some of them would end in Lusaka, but some of them would proceed, get into Botswana, and finally some of them end in South Africa. We had a recent incident where this was caught, when he was transporting, I think about over 10 these people who are being transported to South Africa. This gentleman was caught with SIM cards from different countries, mobile phone SIM cards for different countries, including those for Zambia and for other neighboring countries. So he was caught and arrested for that particular charge and of course are charged. And usually when we have these being caught, then these migrants being caught, they are usually taken back to their countries using our immigration systems. And of course, police have confirmed that they are currently investigating this matter and just looking for the driver and other details to these people that have died and one who has survived.
This one that survived, is the hospital saying what his status is, if he's conscious? Has he been able to talk to the police as yet? What's the story that you're hearing?
Well, so far we haven't gotten any details concerning his health, but according to what was there earlier in the morning, his condition was quite bad because almost all of them, all those people that we saw who have died, according to the pictures, they looked dehydrated. They looked, pale. Some of them, the pictures were quite gruesome. Even just describing them, they're quite gruesome. Some of them, their skins were peeling off. We could see blood on the ground and all. So he could be in a condition that maybe could require some time for police to come in and just start questioning him so that they could get the facts. For now, what we get is that he's still in the hospital and he's still being taken care of. Obviously, as soon as authorities see that he's getting better and to also maybe recall what really happened, they will, of course, and questioning him to ascertain exactly what happened, as they are still looking for the driver and other people obviously involved. As you may know, Peter, these people work in a syndicate, so obviously the driver was just sent and just given some money for him to deliver them to the final destination. The owners in courts of those particular people obviously are somewhere else waiting for them to be delivered, but unfortunately, they will not be delivered. All of them, the 28 will not be delivered, as 27 have died and only one has survived in this particular incident.
How porous are the borders in and out of Zambia? Because one would think, to carry so many people, there must be assistance given to them by officials at the border posts.
Peter, our borders, some certain extent, others would call them, quite not very tight. I know of a certain border in the northern part of this country where one could obviously just walk into the neighboring country and get back to Zambia, buy some stuff and get back to Zambia, and without being sort of passing through the strict immigration points. So we have got certain points where some of these borders on the other side of the country are quite porous, where people could just come in. But of course, these people also use sophisticated means. Just like I said, we have seen videos where videos have emerged on social media and during the arrest of these particular people, where a compartment of just maybe about a meter high is created as these trucks are carrying other goods. So they would put, so that compartment would usually be down. Then on top of that compartment, they put the goods that they are transporting into Zambia, and of course, maybe out of Zambia through the southern borders of the country. So usually they would be placed under there, and that is where they would stay for hours as the driver is pulling through some of these immigration points, some of these police points and all. If you, Peter, coming from the northern part of the country, you would bypass a number of traffic checkpoints, but usually they would pass. So we don't know exactly whether bribery is involved, whether corruption is involved at some point or the other. But we see these people getting through to Lusaka, and we see these people, some of them are even being caught at the point of exit of Zambia, which shows that there's seriously something that has to be done. And of course, security measures have to be improved. And also, then the borders, I think, where these migrants really come from, have to be, of course, looked into if such incidences are to be avoided in the near future.
Has there been any reaction from the Ethiopian embassy regarding this tragedy, their nationals?
For now, we haven't gotten that particular response yet, because police are still going through these screening processes. I was just talking to some authorities in some of the government departments that wouldn't have wanted to be mentioned on this particular interview, but they confirmed that they are doing the screening, and of course a number of those that have turned out to have been or to have died in this particular process are from Ethiopia. So obviously, even the Ethiopian government, for them to the Ethiopian embassy, for them to come out in this particular incident, obviously they have to wait till the screening is done, so that they ascertain how many of their people were involved, or if at all it's all the people that were involved in this particular incident.
Arthur, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you very much indeed for that update on this tragedy. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Peter. Always great being here.
All right. That's Zambian journalist Arthur Sikopo giving us an update on this tragic story of a number of Ethiopian nationals that were dumped, suspected of having died of hunger and exhaustion, and not many details have come through at this time.